Welcome to Promotion and the Communication Process. Communication is essentially the transmission of information or the sharing of meaning. The root word for communication is the Latin word communicare, which means to share or make common. For communication to take place, both the sender and receiver of information must share some common ground. They must have a common understanding of the symbols, words, and pictures used to transmit information. Promotion is communication that builds and maintains favorable relationships by informing or persuading others to view an organization positively and to accept its products. Promotion may have several important marketing goals, and most organizations spend a significant amount of resources on promotion. The communication process can be viewed as a circular flow of information. The source, on the left side of this diagram, has a message that it wants to share with the receiver. The idea is encoded and passed through a communication channel. Next, the message is decoded or interpreted by the receiver. The receiver's response to the message can be feedback that gives the source some indication of whether or not the communication attempt was successful. Noise is anything that disrupts the communication process. Communication is not taking place if the receiver does not understand the message. The source in the communication process can be a person, a group, or a company with the message it attempts to share with the receiver or audience. For example, it could be a salesperson working for Tesla talking to a potential customer. Or it could be a creative director at an advertising agency trying to write the script to be used in a television commercial for Apple. The key is that the source is trying to share something that has meaning. The receiver or audience is the individual or group or organization that decodes the message. To transmit meaning, the source must convert the message's meaning into a series of symbols, such as words and pictures. This is the coding process or encoding. When coding meaning into a message, the source must understand how the receiver will react to various signs or symbols. To share meaning, the source must use signs or symbols familiar to the receiver. Marketers that understand this realize the importance of knowing their target market. They make sure an advertising message uses language their target market understands and will respond to. To share a coded message with the receiver, the source selects a communication channel. This is how the message is transmitted to the receiver. The channel can be almost any communication media, such as newspapers, magazines, billboards, radio, television, internet, or direct mail. If an inappropriate channel is used, the message may reach the wrong consumers. Developing the right messages and reaching the right channel can be a challenge. In the decoding process, the receiver converts the symbols into ideas. If the audience misinterprets the message, the communication will not be successful. Noise is anything that reduces the clarity and accuracy of the communication. This includes catalogs being delivered to the wrong address, slow internet connections, or word having different meanings in different cultures. The receiver's response to a decoded message is feedback to the source. Feedback is really important because without feedback, it's hard to understand if the communication was successful. Some communication channels provide direct immediate feedback, but other channels provide unreliable feedback. When marketers interact directly with consumers through personal selling, feedback is provided immediately. Instant feedback lets marketers adjust messages quickly to improve the effectiveness of the communications. When mass communication like television advertising is used, feedback is often slow and hard to recognize, so it's hard to evaluate its impact. Each communication channel has a limit on the volume of information it can handle. This limit is called channel capacity. If you try to cram more information than the channel can carry, communication will fail. Some channels have very limited capacity. For example, a billboard along an interstate highway can contain only a few words or an image. Other channels have more capacity, such as magazines or catalogs. That's a quick look at promotion in the communication process.